So two of the biggest banks, JPMorgan and Citigroup, have just released their third quarter earnings. Once again, the figures are, on the face of it, better than had been forecast, but once again, the markets aren't particularly impressed. Shares in both banks are down slightly after a very strong period for the sector as a result of Donald Trump's election. So the big area of weakness is fixed income revenues, as had been expected. This has been quite a big theme for the biggest US banks for several months now. Institutional clients are sitting on the sidelines, not doing much trading, and that hurts the bond trading powerhouses that have been a really crucial source of profits for the biggest US banks for years. As I say, I think people recognize that this is a cyclical business, and the fact that trading revenues have been weak for a few weeks is hardly the end of the world. But there are also questions in the results about the consumer banks. Loan growth is not as strong as it could or should be. John Gerspach, the Chief Financial Officer at Citi, noted policy gridlock in Washington as being not causing a dramatic slowdown, but saying that its corporate borrowers are not as borrowing as much as they might be. And there are also rising levels of reserves being set aside for bad loans. Again, nothing dramatic, but that's been low levels of losses have been very helpful for the banks in recent years, and there are signs that that's starting to reverse. But there clearly are areas of strength in these results. The Federal Reserve's interest rate rises are allowing the banks to increase charges for borrowers and keeping deposit rates for savers pretty much on hold. In JPMorgan's case, that has helped lift the all-important lending margin. At Citi, the results were supported by cost cutting, some improvement in Latin America, and also some support in it from its equities trading business that offset the weakness in fixed income. So overall, kind of mixed batch of earnings suggests that much of the expected boost from Donald Trump's election has yet to materialize, but both bulls and bears will probably find arguments to support their case.